Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the Miyoo Mini Plus. Let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. So here we have the Miyoo Mini Plus case that arrived in the mail. We have a nice little Game Boy on the cover here. It says Miyoo Mini Plus. Go ahead and unzip this. Included here, it looks like we have a little user's manual, USB Type-C charge cable, a wrist strap, screen protector, along with some wipes to put on the screen protector, a micro SD to USB adapter, and a generic 64GB micro SD card. On the other side, we have the system here, and here we have it. On the front of the device, we have our A, B, X, Y buttons, and they're a very nice, rich color, and they feel pretty good. We have a D-pad with some good travel, start and select, our menu home button. On the bottom of the device, we have our 3.5mm headphone jack, micro SD card slot, and Type-C charge port. On the left side of the device, it looks like we have this looks like volume up and volume down. On the top of the device, we have our power button. And on the back, we have our R, R2, L2, and L button. And we have a door latch here to open up that battery compartment and replace the battery if needed down the road. For a quick size comparison, here is the original Miyoo Mini. Now, I never got to review this handheld, as I finally got mine way after it was done being produced and manufactured, and didn't really see too much of a point in reviewing it. I may do a review, just kind of retroactive, so it's up there on the channel. But for a size comparison, looks like we have quite a bit more real estate, definitely in screen size. The Miyoo Mini was huge when it came out and was very popular due to its portable size. I mean, this thing just slips right in your pocket and you barely even know it's there. The Miyoo Mini Plus, better for, bigger hands, a little bit more spacious, but you're definitely going to feel it more in your pocket than its predecessor. Let's talk specifications. The Miyoo Mini Plus has an ARM Cortex-A7 dual-core processor at 1.2 GHz. It has a crystal clear 3.5 IPS display at a resolution of 640 by 480, also 4:3 aspect ratio. It has 128 megabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes storage. It has a 3000 mAh rechargeable battery that should last about 4 to 5 hours depending on what you're using. RetroArch is the backing of this device and should be able to support up to PlayStation 1 no problem, and maybe even a little bit further with PSP. Keep in mind that not all titles will play, but you might get some to work. Let's go ahead and install our generic 64GB micro SD card slot and see if this has any juice. There we go. So by default, it looks like we're still rocking that outdated operating system. There is custom firmware for this. We'll probably do an updated video doing a custom firmware on here. So it looks like we've got a video player, some Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive. You're really looking for probably up to PlayStation 1 comfortably. So I will say that is very loud. The speakers are great. I love this Game Boy Advance little thing it's putting down here at the bottom. That's on the screen, but it looks really good. So if we hold R2, that's fast forward. So we fast forward through this. If we push that home button here, we can go down to save state, load. Oh, and even net play. That's interesting. Okay, go ahead and exit. I'm not sure if the screen is doing it justice, but in person, the screen looks amazing. Even though this UI is outdated, it really kind of gives you everything you need quickly at your fingertips. I mean, these arcade games, they're right here. I mean, you can look through the list, just push A and you're already in the game. Same with like Nintendo. Now, one thing with all of these kind of things is they put a number, so it's not really in alphabetical order. When I do my own, I always put in alphabetical order. It's just easier to find. That way I'm not like, oh yeah, that's number 37. But really, this kind of gives you a little bit of everything that you need. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that is amazing. They put the Rickroll on the handheld. Like usual, we even have some applications, such as ports, that are transitioned over to the Miyoo Mini Plus, and some settings. We can connect to Wi-Fi, we can turn the brightness up or down. There's different themes available. Gonna go ahead and install my screen protector here. Let's remove the film. Now we have the screen protector, set that down. We'll see it starts adhering. Except for here on the edge. Huh. Yeah, that's not going any further. I think the screen protector is a little warped there. Well, that's too bad. Okay, well, anyways. So if you add your own games or files to the system, make sure to push that menu button on the home screen here and hit the refresh button. Now after it does a search on finding all those, go ahead and push this, and we see I now have the Super Mario Brothers movie on the handheld. Overall, this system is very comfy to play. It feels good in the hands. The buttons feel great. They feel premium. Miyoo knows what they're doing. It's a premium product for an affordable price. This one here, I think, is around $80. You can get them for a little bit less. You can get them for a little bit more, just depending on what all comes together. Here, I just want to quickly point out the size comparison between the RG35XX and the Miyoo Mini Plus. And as you can see, I mean, the design, the layout is pretty much identical. The Miyoo Mini Plus is just a tad smaller. And if we compare that here with the Miyoo Mini, it just kind of one step up from each other. So, really, you can't go wrong either way. Whether you get the Miyoo Mini Plus or the RG35XX, they really pretty much the same. The RG35XX has an HDMI out port at the top of it, where the Miyoo Mini Plus doesn't. I don't know, I mean, for a handheld device, I don't know how much that's going to matter to you. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. What are your thoughts on the Miyoo Mini Plus? Do you prefer the RG35XX? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a great week, everyone, and take care. You gotta be kidding me.